Hello everyone, welcome back. Back with a little more vintage, and once again, looks like it's time to roll for initiative. We are playing more mono-white initiative stompy in vintage. So on the side here, I have been jamming a few games. This deck has really got me, like, my brain going. So I have jammed a couple of leagues off stream, and we made some changes to the list. So I kind of talked about how I wanted to get both Soul Ring and Mana Crypt into the list. So we've done that. What we ended up deciding to do, shout out to friend of the stream, 10 Arms, for your help, kind of thinking through my process here. I'm so sorry. But what we decided to do, I kind of came to the conclusion that I was pretty underwhelmed with Batterskull. So Batterskull got cut, and as such, I also cut another Stoneforge Mystic. So that got us our ring and our crypt. And then we also added a Lauren of the Third Path. So we're down to 2 Stoneforge Mystic, only 1 piece of equipment. We got our second Karakas back in the deck. We have a Lauren of the Third Path, and we have Soul Ring and Mana Crypt. I will tell you that results have been mixed. So when I was here with you all on Tuesday, we went 3-2. Then I jammed a league of my own on Wednesday with 10 Arms, at which point we went 4-1. And then I jammed this list last night through a league where we went 2-3. After reviewing the matches and kind of talking with 10 Arms, who was hanging out while I was jamming, I do think that some of the losses last night were on me, making some poor sequencing choices. And then I think that some of the issues didn't come down to our deck not being powerful enough, but our opponents having busted vintage starts and us not. So I do think that this is a pretty reasonable configuration for the deck. I have seen others cutting copies of Spirit of the Labyrinth, cutting Stoneforge Mystic in favor of Luminarch Aspirant. I have seen people cutting, or starting to play Anointed Peacekeeper. There's definitely a lot of different directions this deck can go. I'm going to continue to test something like this for the time being. Others have also added Cavern of Souls. That is mildly appealing, but I am not super in love with that idea just yet, as one of the primary issues I've had with some of these hands, some of the mulligans that we have to take, is a lack of white mana. Another thing I have considered is Chrome Mox. Chrome Mox being able to imprint a card that is not particularly good, a second copy of Thalia, Spirit of the Labyrinth in a matchup where it's bad, something like that. Not unreasonable. But this is us for now. We will be playing this 75, which is, again, just a modified version of Andy Markton, aka Montolio's 75 that he went 5-0-10-0 with. So we will just run this back, and we'll see what happens. So let's join a league. I do appreciate everyone coming out tonight. A lot of ways you could spend your Friday evening. I'm grateful that some of you chosen to hang out with me. Hope you all had a fantastic week. I hope you're ready for a fantastic weekend as well. Alright, Judan. We won the die roll. This is basically a mulligan already with double Thalia. I'm going to mulligan. Keep this. Ship second planes. Play our basic and pass. Opponent last seen 6 days ago on PO. Mishra's Workshop, Black Lotus. That's a hell of a start. Spyglass. Sure, this resolves. I don't particularly care about this. They will likely name this Wasteland. It's fair. Ruby, sure. Here's a Golos. Alright. There's a Saga, sure. Deal with this now. Go ahead and make my White Plume. Take the initiative. Get our basic. Pass. Okay. Second Golos, sure. We will be forging onto White Plume. That feels like it will be good later. I will attack with this 5/5. It will untap itself. This is fine. Soul Ring, sure. Hex Parasites. I see. Remove 2 counters to kill them. To try to deal with this White Plume. I'm still going to eat their Golos. There's a Wasteland, sure. That doesn't do anything other than produce mana. I could goad the Hex Parasite. I think that it's better to just try to kill our opponent. Take this out of the way, become the Monarch. That will be good. Opponent making additional mana they don't need to make here at a weird time to do so. It's a Mox Sapphire. That is a Caracas. That is another Golos. I have a suspicion they'll get another Saga, which I will strip mine immediately. They have obtained Tabernacle at Pendrelvale. I accept. Draw a card. Pay. Pay. Draw yet another Spirit of the Labyrinth. Okay. Stop their ability to advance. Two of these are for sure dying. They have another workshop. Alright. Going to block. Block. Chalice on 1, sure. There are very few of those in the deck. Throne of the Dead 3. I'm going to grab a Solitude here. Solitude will take out this construct. Go ahead and find us a Cauldra. And then I can crack for 2 here. Block. Block. Start pressuring with Cauldra. I like that. None of my things are legendary. They can't do anything there. Draw another card. That Mana Crypt doesn't really do anything for us. We're going to pay for their Hex Parasite. I'm just going to put this Solitude in front of this Hex Parasite. That is another Urza Saga, sure. Going to this, this, this. Grab another one here. Yes. 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 Another white plume, pretty good. Not gonna lie, not gonna lie. I think our game plan here is just to put this weapon into play. I guess I will play this Mana Crypt since I'm not playing another spell this turn. And I will go ahead and go to combat and attack here. Lauren, very good. There is a strip mine. Sphere of Resistance, that's fine. We have a lot of mana. Okay. This, 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 this. Forge onto the germ. On our flip. Let's go. Okay. Okay. So I can go ahead and crack in for like 13. This is as anticipated. That's fine. I don't particularly care about that. I'm not sure why that was the one you removed counters from, but okay. Sure. One takes 5. I gain 6. So I can... Oh, I can just kill opponent. That's what we do here. Good deal. Okay, so opponent is Shops. Stony. Kataki. Goodbye, Spirits. Jailer is like kind of questionable. I don't know that I'm trying to chalice on the draw. Cut a jailer. Introducing the monarchy and the initiative is kind of scary. As such, I can probably go like this. And then... since opponent is on Golos Prison Shops, like, the Caracas is pretty likely. I'm gonna keep this. This is insane. Sphere resistance, sure. That one's decent, not gonna lie to you. So I can go Plains Lotus. Actually, this is probably just better. Ancient Tomb. Soul Ring. I too can Ancient Tomb, friend. I too can Ancient Tomb. Mox Ruby, sure. Wasteland, yes. Wasteland taps for mana. Wasteland does not tap for mana? That's fine. Mox. Lands. Grab another basic. Wormcoil Engine has resolved. Forge here. Opponent lolled in chat, and I said, I honestly think Sphere is bad in this matchup. That's a Golos. That's a strip, okay. Trap you. That will be good. That is a mana crypt, sure. That is a Crucible of Worlds. They played Workshop from their yard. Gonna draw a card. It's the Solitude that I knew about. For... I think the Stony is worth doing here, but I'm not 100%. I think that I can just press my advantage and... I will keep that, that's fine. Kataki seems great. Let's Kataki. Sick. Alright. Well, we took one against Shops. Even though when they were on the play. Let's go. Oh. It's feeling like a pretty good start. Yeah. So at one point, Swords to Plowshares a Wormcoil Engine and opponent says LOL. And I'm like, honestly, I think Sphere is bad in this matchup. I just left their Sphere alone the entire time. It just didn't matter. I like this. This is a turn 1 Thalia with Wastelands for disruption. Okay, never mind. This is turn 1 Wasteland, you go. I see. Opponent is currently double queuing in a Legacy League. That sucks, but... Dredge, Force, Icarid, Hollow One, Force. Okay. Okay. This doesn't do anything, right? I mean, yeah, Winter do be like that, 10 Arms. Winter do be like that. I mean, I agree with you. That hasn't stopped me this far in my life, but I inherently agree with you. They're on single bridge. This is a Thalia. This will block. They will get a 2-2. I will take 4. Well, that's nuts. This is... Play White Plume. Grab Snow Plains. break their bridge, like, do the whole thing. Let's go. Priest, priest, priest. Lauren seems kind of terrible. Chalice doesn't really do much. What else? Opponent isn't casting that many spells, so I think Archon's pretty medium. And question mark? Jailer might be of limited value. The question is, do I want these two swords to plowshares? I don't think so. Correct. Did not need Sanctifier. Tenrums, you and I talked about that card, and I'm like, eh. I get it, but like, I think this card is just better. This ain't it. That'll do, pig. That's fair, Tenarms. Icarid, Stinkweed, Thug. So they hit some more Dredgers. That's unfortunate for us. They do have one bridge. I'm just gonna do this now because I want the bridge gone. We have Athalia. They hit 2 griefs. Okay. Nothing serious. Opponent is like never casting a spell ever again. Why did you bring back that Icarid? Okay, so opponent does have access to Gak. They did not hit another bridge. Opponent has no more dredgers left in graveyard. They're gonna discard troll here. Okay. Just gonna scream solitude at my opponent from across the room, don't mind me. That's fine. I don't care about an Archimedes. I am going to Solitude this Icarid. It's like the one thing opponent has going for them. Opponent, have I crushed your will to live yet? Not yet, okay. They don't have another Icarid. They have basically nothing going on. There's another bridge. One has 17 cards left in library. They're not really doing anything. You are not casting spells, opponent. Promise. This Thalia says no. I'm gonna discard their... Okay. That's fine. You get one zombie token. $11 cards left in library. All 4 Bazaars in graveyard. Once again, oh, discard Icarid this time. Okay. It's like kind of sus to play this because they can take it, but I don't think that's actually a thing that matters. Oh, they can't take it. I'm gonna untap an idiot. Yeah, like, I don't think opponent actually wins this game. There are 2 bridges in yard, which kind of sucks. Oh, they're gonna gack me. Sure. You're gonna get 2 tokens. I would love to find an answer to this gack. I'm gonna forge on Archon of Emeria, I think. That is confirmed an answer to Hogak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. We can just do it. That's hilarious. Potentially not me. Not me. My build is down to 2 Stoneforge. So the odds of that happening in this are pretty likely. I'll flash the list between rounds. This reads answer Hogak. Opponent has chilled us, sure. Yeah, they look pretty dead to a lot of things, to be honest, not me. Like, they probably gain the initiative here, which doesn't matter for them at all. And then I take it back on my turn and trap them. Cool. I mean, like, they could try. Listen, opponent was still playing that game. They weren't making the best decisions. I just don't think the math was, like, something worth doing. Like, we were breaking those bridges 100%. We had Cauldra, which would survive. We had Archon, which would survive. Then we crack them for a bunch of damage, trap them. I think opponent was out of that game quite some time ago. Also, not me. Thank you for joining. Appreciate you. Yeah, it, like... I don't have enough reps on the deck to say what I think the bad matchups are, but I don't necessarily think that Bazaar is one of them. This is too slow. Oh, there are going to be all sorts of lists to choose from. I like this a lot. I'm going to ship back this Stoneforge. This is going to be turn 1 Spirit of the Labyrinth into question mark. Opponent was last seen playing Doomsday. Is this a thing we're thinking about? Like, okay. Spirit? Force pitching Fluster, okay. Doomsday player always has it. Got it. Understood. Alright. Yeah, not me, like, after a handful of leagues and watching some of you guys, like, I still don't think any of us have come up with the best list. I think that it's going to be some amalgamation of all of it. Alright, resolves. That's, like, vaguely annoying, but I guess. I understand it to a degree, right? If their hand doesn't do anything insane on one, if they're just like preordain go, and I slam this Archon, they're in trouble. So I understand the line of logic, at least to some degree. I play my own Wasteland. Please proceed. Oh, you're absolutely correct. But the thing is that, like, thinking about the configuration of these decks, they're pretty white mana hungry, considering we're on 4 Ancient Tombs, 4 Wasteland, Strip Mine, plus all the off-color moxes. Okay. They have another land in hand. Vamp. Yep. I have a sneaking suspicion this is play another Underground Sea, vamp for we vamped for Ancestral. Could be. Opponent was last seen playing Doomsday. So that's like a pretty... Yeah, this could just be Oracle Consult kill. Black, black, black. Okay, they're just going to Doomsday. So they perceivably vamped for either Lotus or Doomsday. Lotus is going in their pile. Like, it doesn't really surprise me, though. Like, that I think that deck has enough of flex to it that you could squeeze a strip in if you really wanted it. And I think that it's a reasonable enough play right now, considering you can play enough against enough random Saga piles. See, I don't think so. I think it's for Saga. Because the thing is that a lot of the Saga piles can play just, like, infinite counter magic, and they just play their lands and say go. Like, the Saga matchup, I think that's what that's for. Is if they can tempo the first Saga, they can probably win the game. But if your opponent gets Saga 2 constructs and then just, like, has infinite resources, you can just fight on the stack, use all of your cards for that, and then just kill them with constructs. I really think it's for Saga specifically. Okay. No Ancestral. Fluster 1, 2, 3, 4. All Flusters are gone. Which is exactly what I would expect. Consult is gone? That seems highly suspect. Both Moxes are gone. Yeah, and we're gonna die to not drawing a white source here. Oh, like, I could believe that, but if your opponent is on, like, a Tinker Saga pile, and you just have a grip full of interaction, and just spend your turns making Saga constructs... Street Wraith... Street Wraith... Lotus... Oracle? Yep. Chalice is bad. Don't like Lauren. Want to Mindbreak Trap. I guess I could Chalice 1, but that feels pretty weak. These plows are pretty suspect, to be honest with you, but I don't hate the notion of them for the sole purpose that opponents showed me they were willing to make piles that didn't empty their library. And they were willing to make piles that didn't empty their library in the presence of I can pay infinite mana if you do fluster me. And yeah, it just, I don't think that that's... I think I'm going to keep like this. I don't think I have anything else I want to board. I'm just going to run this. That's fair. They like... So, not me. I'm not going to 100% that because, of course, there's always the wild lunatics in leagues that are like, why would I play Shieldred? Game plan 1 is so good. Just going to board into removal instead. But, yeah, like, having answers to Shieldred, very good. An opponent also showed us that they're willing to make piles that don't empty their library. This is fantastic. Keep. Yes, opponent? They have set a stop in our upkeep, and I don't know why. Well, there it is. Yeah, see, I won't keep a stop on every phase. Like, I have a lot. I have very specific stop set. I will set an upkeep stop if I need one. Sure. Okay. This feels like we're in decent shape here. Main phase Vamp. I don't understand what's going on here. Vamp Walk. Sure. This is fine. Lotus, okay. Mind break count is 1. Dig through time, sure. Mind break count is 2. I don't think that particularly matters, but I'm going to make use of it now. Okay. Tutor is 1. Fatal pushes 2. This is weird and kind of questionable, but I want it for the sake of a threat. I can't imagine opponent still has Flusterstorm in their deck, but in the event that they do... Preordain. Alright. Dark Ritual. Sure. Doomsday. Resolves. Lotus. I feel like that's the only thing in there that I would want, personally. Yeah. Yep. So many times you're just like, okay, we're just gonna play our hate bearers, and like, I cast a 3/2. Preordain, sure. What are we looking for here? Gush? Gush, sure. We're at 2 cards in library. Lotus, yes. Nice, okay. Alright. We have died. That might be the bad matchup. I'm not 100% on that. I think that we got a little unlucky, but also it always feels like Doomsday has it all, so it's hard to say. Like, I guess I kind of get it, because, again, like, I thought that because opponent was willing to do this, that I would keep Swords to Plowshares in. So they could perceivably think that since... Oh, we're running into Tom again. They could perceivably think that because I think that... we're gonna keep... Okay. Mox, sure. Mm-hmm. Thalia resolves. That's annoying. Okay. The mirror is always so weird because like half your cards don't matter in game one. Just like that was the easiest pitch spirit of my life. Okay. Gonna make fun of Tom for a minute here, that's fine. Forge. This is about to be a very weird game. I can protect the initiative here by blocking the Cauldron, which I'm not sure how I feel about. It's like kind of reasonable. This resolves. Caracas, sure. I don't think I'm going to throw it away. I think I'm just going to let Tom take the initiative and forge. Sure, that's fine. That's the one we wanted. Let's go. This one. All right. Tom has a jailer. That's unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. I have to block here, otherwise Tom kills me. I will Throne of the Dead 3. Thalia, Archon, Dungeoneer, White Plume. I think it's just another Dungeoneer. Grab a basic, draw a card. Okay, so now what? We just hold? I was probably supposed to strip here. This attacks, we take the monarchy. I kind of like that. Graveyard. Land, okay. This feels like the path to victory. This is very good. We basically guaranteed to have the kill. We just give these both pro creatures next turn. Since we have 2 triggers. We can assure it with this White Plume. Seems like we're in a pretty good spot. Dungeoneer, sure. Okay. I think this is us dead. Not dead dead, okay, okay. Okay. So Tom is looking for Plow. Ancient Tomb is not Plow. If Tom taps this Ancient Tomb, he is 100% dead. Chalice on 0 doesn't matter. Oh, okay. That's a Solitude, okay. Targeting the 6/7, sure, that's fine. Graveyard this. Hit you for 5, trap you, you die? Cool. So Spirit sucks. I'm just gonna play these 3 Containment Priests on the draw. Yep. We're gonna play Flash 2/2 on the draw. That's the game plan. Board in 2 more Swords to Plowshares, board in 3 Flash 2/2s. Call it a day. I think that this deck is going to make a lot of evolution really quickly because so many of us are testing it. I think that's going to be huge for the kind of long term for this deck. I mean, I liked this. This card is, like, not incredible, but it's fine. We have a removal spell. We have a second removal spell. Sure. It's not fast, but I don't think it's going to be. Gonna keep. Mm-hmm. No kidding. Jesus Christ. Sometimes you get strip mined indeed. Well, alright, that's us 3-1. Let's see if we can close this out as a 4-1. Yeah. Turn 1, planes go. Turn 1, strip mine you, concede. I like that. I like that a lot. Oh. Alright. Strip Mine on Plains is very good. That's I think something that a lot of people kind of neglect is that strip mining your opponent's basics in a matchup that is so dependent on basics is huge. Like, I saw some of you guys chattering in the Discord about, like, mana being bad. Like, the mana in this deck is actually rough. The thing is that that's fine, and it's something you can play around and mulligan for, but it is rough. Alright. Oh, okay, one more to go. Again, I do appreciate everyone hanging out tonight. A lot of ways you could be spending your Friday evening. I'm grateful that you have chosen to hang out with me. For those of you who do not watch on a regular basis, hello, welcome. My name is Adam from Grand Rapids, Michigan. On this channel, we play primarily Eternal Magic. That means Legacy, Vintage, Pauper, Cube, Highlander, if the opportunity ever arises. So it is pretty... we have a good time here. We also do some non-magic related things. Not me, thank you. You are appreciated. For some reason, my alert box doesn't show up anymore, and I don't know why. It is active and on. It just doesn't do the thing. I'm sorry. So I will shout you out instead. Thank you, not me. I appreciate it. Travis, I see you lurking. Hello and welcome. All right. Oh. So if anyone was curious, but for those of you who follow the channel on a regular... Oh, nice. Hello to everyone. I appreciate you all watching. We are currently 3-1 with Vintage Mono White Initiative. For those of you... Pop over real quick. So this is the list. This is just a modified version of Montolio, aka Andy Marketon's 5-0 list. We've made a couple of tweaks. We've cut a couple of Stoneforge Mystics, and we cut a Batter Skull. That's okay. That's okay. D can try. I will just tinker into nonsense and it'll be okay. So from Andy's list, we cut 2 Stoneforge Mystics and a Batter Skull, added a Lauren of the Third Path, a Soul Ring, and a Mana Crypt. All of which I have been quite fond of. Travis, tell D I love him, even if he says that even if he says he hates me. See, that's fair. I wanted it because our 3-drops and more are so impactful on the game that I wanted access to more fast mana. I do like the notion of Chrome Mox or Mox Diamond, potentially both. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So Nami, this is... Yeah, it's like... It is just tuning. It is so many minor little things. I will say that I don't like Peacekeeper, Anointed Peacekeeper. I don't think that card does the things you want it to do in most matchups. I also think you're a lunatic for cutting Spirit of the Labyrinth. I think that card is so good so much of the time. And when it's not, it's an easy cut. I have been considering a Lion's Sash somewhere in the 75. I think that having fetchable soft Graveyard Hate is actually pretty good. I think that if I was going to play a Lion Sash, I would absolutely have to start playing Chrome Moxes. We're not there yet, but I'm thinking about it. Yeah, so not me. Here is, since you're actually still in chat, here's the exact 75, right? It is Andy Marketing's list minus Batterskull and 2 Stoneforge Mystics plus Lauren, Soul Ring, Mana Crypt. Like, card for card. Yeah. I love Palace Jailer. I've seen a lot of the guys cutting it. I love Palace Jailer. Having a removal spell that it also gives you card advantage is insane. Especially since like we're playing for Solitude that a lot of the time are card disadvantage. So I do really like having a source of card advantage, and it just helps that it's a removal spell. Yeah, Karak is very good. Can confirm. I think that 2 is correct. I'm not 100% on that. I would say that I think that 2 is more something you need if you are playing Lauren, which I think is very good. I think that Lauren is a totally, a very strong card for this deck. Okay, so we are facing down Black River. This feels weak. This feels better. Things I don't like include Iganjo. Things I don't like include Iganjo. This is where opponent plays Bazaar and activates immediately, and I just feel sad about my life. I don't know why I do this to myself. I don't like it, to be honest with you. It's still on the deck because I've been too lazy to cut it, if I'm being perfectly honest. Oh, so opponent's just actual Dredge again, with Silver Smoke Ghoul. Okay. I think it could be Plains. It could be my first copy of Cavern, because I'm currently playing 0. There's a whole host of things. It could be an Emeria. I wouldn't hate an Emeria. But I definitely think that it could be a series of different things. Okay. Icarid. Getting an Amalgam. It's a Creeping Chill. It's actually been fine, not me. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it's been... I don't... Without, like, mathing it out Karsten style, like, the number of games I have lost to a creature being forced are pretty low. And you can usually recoup the value. This is so many idiots. Okay. This feels like the Bazaar matchup we're gonna lose. Okay. Still 0 bridges. Okay. We're just dead here, right? Opponent returns all of these Icarids. just dead here. This doesn't particularly matter. Like, this is pretty questionable. Orin doesn't do anything. Orin does very little, I'll say. And then what from here? Archon. Archon. This card just doesn't really matter. Maybe I'll just cut Archon to get my Palace Jailer back. Spirit does have text. Spirit says they burn out of cards faster with Bazaar. Spirit prevents the draw from Bazaar, so they cannot replace it. We're keeping this for science. Yes. Like, that still does matter, not me. That still has very relevant text. So, you say irrelevant, right? But, like, the Force of Wills, Force of Vigor, blah, 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 are, like, how we lose this game. Right, like, them forcing a Containment Priest or something of that nature is, like, absolutely how we lose this game. This is going to be very good for us. I'm going to do it again. I feel like we have won this game already. Because I'm interested. I am interested in keeping them off of getting going, is the answer. Because I don't already have pressure. I would like to keep them from ever starting. Now they are 35 cards left in library and have done nothing. All Contagion. Chill sucks. No bridge. No bridge. Okay. Okay. $14 cards left in library. Is opponent just bridgeless? Remove one, take one out. Okay. I can't activate this. If I activate this, I die? 3, 6, 7. Block 1. Take 7. Yeah. God, this is atrocious. These are all interchangeable. This doesn't matter. Take 7, go to 1. I was supposed to pitch this Seasoned Dungeoneer. That was a misplay. Okay. Yeah, if I pitch this Seasoned Dungeoneer, we actually get to play Magic. That's unfortunate. That was a mistake. Because if I pitch Seasoned Dungeoneer instead, I plow one of these things. And I just get to put in Cauldra. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I don't know. I don't know that we need Sanctifier. I also, like... Again, I've talked about how I think Ravenous Trap is pretty bad. So I think that Ravenous Trap could be like a dozen other things that would be so much more impactful. It's possible that I misplayed that trap. Maybe I was supposed to wait for them to go absolutely ham. My thought was that with a Stoneforge for Cauldra, if I could slow them down. Yeah, and that's what I was just about to say. Not me. My thought process was, if I were to trap them, slow them down enough, get that Cauldra into play, establish that, and start clocking, that we'd be in good shape. However, opponent was... Even with 0 graveyard, the Double Bazaar just, like, took them over the edge. and not finding a wasteland or a strip to deal with one of them was pretty problematic. I guess that's the other thing. Oh, I think we got multiple Icarids. Not me. We also got some Dredgers. Like, we hit a lot of gas off of those traps. Like, we really, really did. It was just a matter of the fact that they, like, were still able to establish beyond that. And that was unfortunate, but there's just not really anything I could do about it. Again, maybe if I had held longer. Again, I guess part of me assumed, right, that, like, we would find some impactful gas. That we would be able to do something. And again, there was a definite misplay. I was supposed to pitch the Dungeoneer to the Solitude to be able to plow instead of pitching the Swords to Plowshares. And, like, looking back at it now, that was a very clear mistake that I just didn't think about enough in the moment. But it would have been 100% better for me if I went Solitude pitch Dungeoneer, plow this idiot, and then, like, okay, we can take 7 or whatever. I don't know. I think that we had better lines than what we took, is the answer. Again, I think that it's possible that you're right. Maybe I was supposed to wait a little longer on those Rav traps. My game plan was that if I can keep them from getting going, then that's good for me. But I just wasn't able to capitalize on the momentum that I generated, and that's the real problem. I think Sanctifier's fine. All of this said, we have a rule in this channel. We like losing EV, so we win chests, we open chests. So here we are, time to open some chests. Specifically one chest. But again, I appreciate everyone for hanging out tonight. A lot of ways you could be spending your Friday evening. I'm grateful you chose to hang out with me. We went 3-2, and I'm okay with that. So let's open this chest and see how we do. Isao Enlightened Bushi and 15 play points. Delightful. A 3-mana uncounterable 2-1 with Bushido 2 that regenerates target samurai for 2. I'm sure that's relevant somewhere? Cool. Alright, everybody. Again, thank you so much for coming out. I appreciate all of you for being here. We will be back again for sure Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, playing some more Vintage. I mean, sure, not me. Anything is Vintage playable if you're Brian Kelly. And I mean literally anything is Vintage playable if you are Brian Kelly. But again, appreciate you all hanging out. We'll see you again Tuesday, 10 p.m. Eastern Time for some more Vintage. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Cheers, everyone. Have a good night.